Very toyetic episode, if you will. Do you know what that term means?
I don't want to.
Well, you're about to.
Perfect.
It's the Hollywood toy company term for how many toys they can make out of a certain scene or character.
Did George Lucas come up with that?
I don't know, it's definitely downwind of his approach to making
Yeah.
films.
This has George Lucas all over it.
Yeah. My favorite George Lucas quote is "I am but a humble toy maker" when asked what was behind his movies.
Dumb fucking.
Like
Yep.
capitalism is the worst. Buy my millions and millions of racist
Well,
toys.
that's because that guy is super smart. He was super smart when he was doing a buttload of cocaine and was like really on his game.
I don't know. I'm not sure the cocaine makes you smarter, buddy.
Well, no. The 70s cocaine did. Are you kidding me? That's how we got a lot of really great music. Most of our most beloved films. 70s and 80s cocaine made media. Ah,
Sober for 6 years over here.
sober for 6 years.
Are you okay, darling?
What was it?
Welcome to the X-Men yap.
Yeah, I'm Jim.
Yeah.
That's Jamie. This is Ben.
And oh,
What's
damn.
up?
I thought the cat was over there.
Now the cats are gone. They might come back, but psst, 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 psst. No, I don't see them.
Oh, that was just me making stem noises. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Lego.
This podcast is brought to you by Autism and ADHD. So, today we're going to be discussing One Man's Worth, the two-parter that started off season 4 or so on TV, even though really it was the middle of the season.
Yep.
Uh, One Man's Worth is a really infamous two-parter in that it actually reverse gave Marvel an idea, and their idea came out earlier. Like I've mentioned a few times on the podcast that basically seasons 2, 3, and 4 were all kind of conceived at once after season 1. Like the creators got together and they figured all where they wanted everything to go. Maybe even they knew where they were going before season 1, but those 3 seasons were all kind of planned as a piece. And when they were coming up with it, they came up with this two-parter, which had this idea of sending some characters back in time and accidentally killing Xavier and having a much worse alternate reality emerge from that. And the Marvel Comics writers hadn't ever done something like that, and they liked the idea so much that they took it back and turned it into the Age of Apocalypse, which is this really famous Marvel story from January to May or so of 1995. And these episodes came out in
Hmm.
September of 1995. So for me, as a fan watching it, I was just amazed at the turnaround between these ideas. Like, oh, the comic books came out in January, and the TV version of the story is here in September. That's insane. But it actually came first. And the production schedule of the show was just so long that the comic books had time to put everything together and make their much bigger, more epic version of the story work in the comic books. And it actually was the comic books that I was reading when I got into reading X-Men comic books altogether. So,
Basically, it's a wonderful life, but for mutants.
but instead of a wonderful life, like a much more horrible life, where
Have you
the
seen the
worst
film?
possible scenario. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the whole thing. It's it's
Oh,
it's
Jimmy,
it's a very
Jimmy, you
ironic
have to watch
title.
it.
Don't watch
It's a
it. It's
beautiful movie.
it really isn't. It's not worth
It's one of the
watching. I just
finest
figured
films
that you
ever
had
made.
seen it.
I mean, it would make sense that I had seen it,
Yeah.
but it's a musical, right? And that's kind of like the one thing
It
I know.
Not.
absolutely is not.
What?
Fuck no.
Oh wait, it's
Nope.
Wonder. I thought you were talking about The Sound of Music for some reason.
Yeah, but the fact that you haven't seen The Sound of Music is fucking lunacy.
Hmm.
I know you don't like musicals, but the fact is, there's like four musical numbers and then it becomes strictly Nazi stuff.
Do you not really make it
Anti-Nazi.
sound appealing? I
Anti-Nazi
know, but
stuff.
still, like Nazis are about as appealing to me as pedophiles. You know?
The first musical number is genuinely a bunch of nuns singing about how annoying Julie Andrews is as she goes about her fucking daily task. It's just a bunch of people being like, "Oh, what the fuck are we gonna do about this lady?" They don't say that, but it's
Just to be
annoying.
clear, Jim, you're anti-pedophile,
Pro-Nazi.
right? Like,
Anti-pedophile, anti-Nazi. God.
okay, okay. Just wanted to be clear.
Just want to be
Yeah, no,
clear.
it's
Okay,
true.
cool.
But thanks,
Need to
You
thanks.
get it
said
on
you said you
record.
said you felt the same way about both of them.
I do
That
too,
I'm
for the record.
opposed to both of
I am vehemently opposed
Nice.
to both pedophiles and Nazis.
vehemently.
And
What about
especially,
pedophile Nazis?
I was just gonna say, especially whence the two shall cross,
Yeah.
I
which is
think
a
like there's a
lot.
lot of them. Yeah.
That's like one of the
We
founding
saw that
principles.
Australian study that said like 19% of men are pedophiles or
And
whatever.
I love that you're like, we should talk about this on the Shutter Island podcast.
And
We're
we're
like,
talking
nope,
about all the
we're just
X-Men
gonna break
podcasts.
into it right here.
Let's get into it on Shutter Island. Check out Shutter Island when it's ready.
Yeah, that'll probably be out before this is out. Yeah. So, um, there are character designs from these episodes that are the same as the character designs in the Age of Apocalypse comic books, and I don't know exactly how that worked out. It's just kind of background characters, but like the way the Sentinels look in this, and the way Sabretooth and Colossus look in the background of the fight in the beginning, it's really quite like for someone who got into comic books through the Age of Apocalypse story to see it like this and have it be part of this era is I don't know. I was really stoked just to revisit it just for those reasons, for those like, member berries, etc.
You must have been so happy when they made the movie.
So the the first part of this was written by Richard Mueller or Mueller, no
Mhm.
relation to Robert Mueller. Mueller.
Mhm.
Aired September 9th, 1995. The number one song in America was still Gangsta's Paradise because Dangerous Minds was still in the theater. But the
Yeah.
number one movie was, say it,
To Wong Fu, thank you for everything, Julie Newmar.
hell yeah.
It is one of the best movies in history, and I will go to bat for it every time because I still have no I fucking idea how they talked Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze into doing those roles.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
John Leguizamo made sense. Like that's easy. Of course he was
Yeah,
awful.
I'm pretty sure he showed up in his own makeup and
Yeah.
wig. Like he's like, yeah, I've got some at
John
home.
Leguizamo.
I love John Leguizamo, but he looks way too natural in that.
Also in theaters at the same time as Tuong Fu were Mortal Kombat, Desperado, The Usual Suspects, and Braveheart.
Ah.
1985
God
was
damn.
very, gung ho.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Back
fucking
when there was like
that's a lot of
movies
highs
for
and a lot of
adults.
lows.
Yeah. Those are genuine like movies for grown-ups. That's like most of them anyway.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
you don't see movies for grown-ups as the number one movie. Everything's PG-13 now, and most of these are
Yeah.
R.
To Wong Fu.
Ah,
Tuong Fu is definitely a movie for adults, even
mhm.
though
Well
it's
then,
flagged as a for a kid.
if it's a movie for adults, and please explain it to me then why I watched it when I was 9, along with Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Because your mom wanted you to
Yeah.
know that it was okay that you are who you are.
Then why'd she act like that for so long?
I don't know.
Oh
Niles a river in Egypt, man.
no.
So when part two came out, that was written by Gary Greenfield the following week. Gangsta's Paradise was still number one, and Tuong Fu was also still number one. So like 2 weeks in a row. Imagine that if that happened today, it would be like a national cause for concern amongst the right wing, culture war
I
mindset.
can't believe that I got this far into talking about Tu Wong Fu without mentioning the greatest opening in all of cinema. And that is RuPaul Charles in a Confederate flag dress being lowered from the ceiling and being announced as a queen named Rachel Tensions.
I love it.
That's how
I
they
don't remember
opened
that at
that
all.
film.
That's
I don't
amazing.
remember it, but that's incredible.
Honestly, one of like that's how I was introduced to RuPaul, and that was it for me. That was I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I
And you
mean,
know,
I need to be clear in the year 2026, I am not a fan of RuPaul as a person or as a business person.
I mean,
I am still a
she's better
big
in
fan of her as
2026
a
than she was in
crossdresser.
2017.
as he says,
When
uh,
she tried to show her support for the trans community by posting the train flag, like like it's very clearly she went on Google and wrote trains flag and
wow,
just posted everything. Yeah, it was really awesome.
Trains has a flag?
it's the
No,
autism flag, right?
we'll do this off camera.
Yeah. I believe you. We'll just edit. You can edit it in because you're going to be editing this episode.
Trains.
So, so actually, this is the tweet I'm referencing.
Exactly.
One
Um,
thing though about Tamang Fu before we move on, I
yeah.
feel that it was probably allowed to be made and successful because people saw it as like, oh look, these like super tough guy actors are playing, cross dressers. Like it was like
If they
That's a good
tried
played.
to
point.
make it with gay people
Yeah.
in
The movie did a great
1995,
job of humanizing the characters, but I think the marketing and the general vibe of it was probably like, oh, let's go
Action
watch this
heroes in
fun
drag,
kid
kind of
movie.
like paint
yeah,
your
And then it ended
wagon,
up being
right?
this
Like here's
really
Clint
good
Eastwood and Lee Marvin
movie,
singing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and
On
I
the
think that's a
Painter
good point.
I think
Wagon.
it was smart how they marketed it. I think it was also really watching it then, watching it now, it really strikes me how tender the performances are. How much that you can tell that this was a love letter to that community rather than a caricature. None of them were like Patrick Swayze didn't do like a fucking affectation or like limp wrists.
Yeah.
Everything was really like tastefully handled, and that was like the only thing that I saw in that era that actually did that without reducing gay people to like one single stereotype.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also flopping that weekend though was Hackers, which is a movie that I can like cite off my hand. That one's really lived with me personally. It's a great film. You've seen Hackers, right?
I've seen Hackers a lot, and I had a friend who watched Hackers so many times and then came to school and her hair was cut like Angelina Jolie's and she did it herself and it looked bad.
I was gonna say, did it work?
It didn't work on Angelina, so
Huh.
worked about as well.
Fair, fair. It took a couple years after that for her to pop off, didn't it?
That movie also introduced me to men can dress like that with Matthew Lillard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so
You're allowed.
I'm
Yeah.
allowed to wear a mesh shirt too. Perfect.
No, that was definitely cool about it. Yeah. I think it's funny how like the script makes sense, but the visualizations don't. So like you listen to it, we all know a lot more about computers now than anyone did in 95. What they're saying generally makes sense, but the visualizations of it are just fucking batshit insane. Out of control. Like
Yeah,
Fisher
because like,
Stevens on rollerblades as this sinister villain.
and
What a choice.
that's the worst
What a
thing,
choice.
the worst thing Fisher Stevens has ever done.
Yeah, no, he's never done anything more controversial than that.
Nope, nothing about short circuits. I don't know.
Nope,
Nope.
not even with Short Circuit 2, where he's the star of the film. Not problematic at all.
Do you know that? Okay, so small tangent. I was talking to my friend Allison, who's basically my sister, grew up together. That was her favorite movie growing up.
Short Circuit 2?
Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2. Those were her two favorite
Honestly, me
movies.
too. I was a huge Short Circuit fan,
And when
especially the second one.
I was like, I mentioned something the other day about Fisher Stevens and Brownface, and she went silent because we were on FaceTime, and I was like, "What?" She's like, "Is he? Is that? Oh my God!"
Oh, she realized
Yeah, like in real time
Yeah.
when we were on FaceTime, she's like, "They showed my daughter that movie," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to fucking mind wipe her."
Yeah, bring up the noisy cricket or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's the wrong thing, I recommend back, but it's real.
I
Don't use the noisy cricket on your daughter. I think that would actually kill them.
was like, I'm pretty sure you just advocated for murdering a child.
I mean, I do advocate for child murder, but I don't want to do it accidentally like that.
Neuralizer. All right, kid. Now I'm going to show you a true classic. Here's the jazz singer.
Anyways, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah. So, This two-parter I think starts out pretty well with like an in medias res like crazy action sequence in 1959. We're told by text. Um, we have Bishop is suddenly in the past, so okay, instantly we know it's a time travel story because Bishop is there. He's being attacked by Nimrod, that robot from the Days of Future Past. Storm shows up and she destroys one of the robots, but she looks totally different. She's in her 80s punk rock outfit, which is fucking awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, Storm has excessively the best outfit in any given situation.
Yeah.
They made her look like a goddamn baddie
Yeah,
every
it
single
doesn't
time.
never misses. Never
Never,
misses.
never ever. And her and Wolverine are sure close this episode. Just leave. Yeah, we'll get to
Wouldn't be
it,
surprised if
but
this episode is where they got the idea to pair them up in X-Men 3.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they are forking.
Yeah, and I mean they always do work. It's a thing the comics have done a couple times, usually in alternate person work,
Yeah.
alternate realities. And I don't know, I think it's a nice idea. Like I think they're more compatible for each other than Wolverine is with Jean.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole Wolverine and Jean thing has this. There's this little tiny linchpin that, when you remove, it's weird. It's the fact that her and Scott are married,
Well, they're not married yet, but yeah, they
and
tried to get
they
married.
tried.
Like they wanted to be married.
I feel like
It's that
Wolverine.
level of love from them.
They weren't allowed to be so explicit about it, but I'm almost positive that Wolverine is their third.
Oh, in the comic books,
Oh,
yeah, it's happened, I think.
oh,
There's like
perfect.
debate over it, but like they had adjacent bedrooms on the moon for a couple
Oh
years.
yeah, Jason Bedrooms on the Moon is actually what they like back in the 70s and
That was
80s
the
when they
code.
they couldn't talk about being gay. That was it.
It's like, oh yeah, they were roommates.
They
They had
oh yeah,
adjacent
they
bedrooms on the moon.
Oh, do you mean they had adjacent bedrooms on the moon?
Couple confirmed bachelors in space.
And they were roommates.
So anyway, we see young Charles Xavier, and he's very confused that robots from the future are trying to kill him. He's John Connor. He opens the door. There, someone says, "Oh, it's an electrical fuse." Like, what? So anyway, this bomb goes off, and we jump to the future, and we see Future Forge again, another sign that we're always in the future.
This
Uh,
motherfucker's always showing up.
yeah, and he's talking to Bishop, and now Shard is with him. Shard is dressed very similarly. We'll find out that Shard is his sister. I knew it instantly that who that was because Shard was also in the comic books at this point. Um, but Shard had died in the future, and Bishop had turned his AI into her, and then she got like a hard light body hologram, so she was essentially alive again because her powers and the hologram powers were the same thing. Comic books are dumb. But anyway,
And the
Shard
planet.
was a cool character. Yeah. In the present, so yeah, we go to a normal day and we have Xavier and Storm and Wolverine are all talking outside and having a picnic together, and it's very idyllic. Yeah, yeah, I bet they were smoking a
They're
joint together.
definitely smoking a joint. Those three.
That's the duchy on the left-hand side, bub.
And it's like
Wolverine's rolled them a blunt.
there's like a romantic vibe between Wolverine and Logan instantly right away,
Wolverine
and
and
a third
Logan.
wheel vibe.
Just looking at himself in a mirror, like, oh yes, absolutely. Oh, what are you two
He's
doing
just
here?
touching himself and being like, okay.
Charles and Storm being like, should we leave?
Should we move here? Looking at a picture of himself and jacking it.
Damn, that's some good weed.
Yeah. Okay, so uh, suddenly there's like red light everywhere because the dimensions and time are being ripped apart. In the comic books, this was represented by like this wave of ice wall thing that covered
There's like a little
everything.
panel on Xavier's like chair that lifts up and it's like temporal disturbance or something. And it's like a red and black screen. So it's like that was just like pre-cut into the plastic and then it just had to like light up red. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like it was just like whenever that happens, this is gonna flip up and turn on and
I
like they're
often
ready
think
for
about
you.
that when I see like LED, like specific word LED
Yeah.
things lighting up. It's like, oh, so this happens so much that they need some sort of signifier, and so
Yes.
they cut that into there. Like
Exactly.
how many times did that have to happen before you were like, you know what, we might as well just gonna get in front of this.
Like I want to know where Charles gets all this shit fabricated.
Oh,
Like
it's
all
Shi'ar
the stuff.
technology, right? Because he's in love with the Shi'ar lady who just gives him technological upgrades on all the shit. Remember there was that one episode where Beast had to install the Shi'ar shit in the Blackbird so he could go to space.
Oh, okay.
So this
I
is like
guess.
small aside. I don't like the way that Xavier says Blackbird. He puts the wrong emphasis on the wrong
Does it say
syllable. He
Blackbird?
says Blackbird. He's like, let's go in the Blackbird. And I was like, that's not how you say that.
Feels a little
Hmm.
racist.
Well, it does. And it feels like I'm listening to somebody like doing a translation of like a Japanese cartoon because like that happens a lot in anime. The dub is always like, we are just reading words off a screen and we don't know what these words are going
Yeah,
through.
it feels a little bit like an
We're
anime. And
trying to match up with the way the mouth is moving.
a lot of these actors are anime voice actors in the
Josie and the
real time.
The
Pussycat.
show is looking more like anime though lately too.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of the characters look more anime-ish, I think.
It could be the animators kind of like leaning back into their instincts because most of these are Korean animators used to doing anime. And I mean, with the character designs of the background characters in this future story part that we're about to go to, it's very clear that this was being animated and put on screen within a year, which is a very short timeline for animation, as we know. And we've heard about for years when Disney's marketing itself being like, this took 5 to 8 years to make.
Yeah, and that stopped meaning something a while ago.
Yeah, especially because we know that those years are compressed into like an 8 month timeline of just infinite human pain.
Like now I
More and more and
actually,
more people are just forced to work at the same time as every other department.
hey, that's
And
not fair.
immediately
They're
laid off.
slowly making AI do that. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
We're
Fuck you,
cooked.
Disney. Just to be super clear.
Huh?
Unless you sponsor the show, in which case, I love you, Walt.
You
Oh,
just put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Like, fuck you, Disney, if you're sponsoring us. Come here.
me?
Disnatious.
Well, I don't mean to be a Disney princess about everything, but we should probably get back onto
What did you just call me? Wow. Wow.
One man's worth.
the. So once this red time storm wipes out everything, we're in this new timeline, kind of like the Age of Apocalypse, but instead of Apocalypse being in control, Master Mold and the Sentinels are in control. It's basically an even worse version of Bishop's future, but it's the modern time present. That everything has happened faster and worse
Hmm.
because liberals weren't around, which is, a very 90s perspective on things. That liberals were the stopgap preventing everything, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, because in the world without Magneto, uh, the X-Men are like they're not even X-Men. They're just a ragtag group of mutants. We see Wolverine, we see Colossus and Sabretooth with him, and they're fighting in this like shelled out city with a red sky, which is a universal symbol of things being bad.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of crazy Sentinel shit is attacking them, and they're fighting all these robots. I think like they unleash superhumans, which look like Avengers. Like one of them looks very clearly like the Black Widow to me. One of them looks like Scarlet Spider, which is like the clone of Spider-Man at the time that Andy Samberg has since played hilariously in Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I was like, wait, is that Samberg? Yeah.
100%. So that's
Same.
actually his first appearance in media is in this. And it's a cool fight scene. Magneto comes in and they're calling him the leader, and then he shows up and he's like this jacked, hella muscular version of Magneto. It's way crazier
Careful.
than what he actually looks like in the Age of Apocalypse. But I think the toy is based on this. The X-Men survive their fight and they go back to this place where mutants are being healed. We see Jean Grey as like a nurse in this world, and Forge is there too, and they're taking in people and helping them. Uh, Bishop and Shard arrive like at the entrance to the secret base, and first Wolverine and Storm are freaking out about these people appearing, but Bishop kind of makes the case that he's been sent back in time to prevent this guy named Trevor Fitzroy, a mutant that we've never heard of, but was actually a mutant character from the first Bishop story from the comic books.
Hmm.
and he's being sent back in time to kill Xavier by Master Mold. A mutant going back in time, apparently, like Sentinels can't go back in time on their own, so they need to send this mutant guy who can gain the power to time travel by just like stealing a person's life energy for a few days, which is way too fucking easy a way to time travel. That's a crazy mutant power. That guy's like the most powerful mutant ever. And
Just really not spoken of
Proteus.
very
yeah,
well.
if you wrote this guy into a movie, you would just need to kill him. There's no way to for an
Yeah.
evil person with this power to be allowed to live, or even a good person with this power. I think it would
Yeah.
just be, I think it would just be too easy to
The
manipulate.
Captain Marvel of it all. They'd have to be like off world for any real huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
he sounds a lot like Jonathan Frakes, but is not played by him.
This part is so funny.
What part? Just describe it.
This part coming up. So, when they arriving in 1959, the group find the young Xavier who reads Bishop's mind and discovers they're from the future. Heading to a coffee shop, the group confronts a racist man who is angered by Wolverine and Storm holding hands. And there is a very fun exchange there that I had to watch 2 or 3 times because I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, like the show definitely it never lets up on the politics whenever it has a
Fucking
chance to.
hell. When this is why, like, I'm so glad to be watching this now because when I see weirdo fans being like, "When did X-Men get woke?" I'm like, I don't know. Well, clearly,
From the
right
beginning.
now, the
Yeah,
mid '90s,
always.
they were
Yeah.
right in there.
Yeah, they were commenting on this, and like the bartender calls them a freak show, and he's not talking
Yeah,
about their clothes.
it's
He's just talking about the interracialness of
that
it
was
all.
okay. That was like when that like dawned on them all. I was like, oh,
Mm.
oh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing how much they did get away with punch. Like today, kids shows, American Republicans would not allow a kids show to
Fuck
have any
no.
of
Are
this
you
shit.
kidding me? Ted Cruz would be on the set or on like in the animation studio burning it to the ground.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he might with today's. Um, so then a fight does bust out because Nimrod arrives from the future. Xavier runs away. Bishop, Shard, and Storm, Wolverine fight and to fight Nimrod, but Fitzroy gets away and triggers the bomb that Fitzroy planted and it explodes. So we're back at the beginning here, and everything is bad because yeah, the initial time travel mission has failed, which is
It's not
also how
just Fitzroy though. It's that little weird, freaky goblin guy with him. Who is that guy?
Bantam. Yeah,
Bantam?
little
What the
weird purple dude named
hell?
Bantam.
Oh yeah.
I don't
The
really know.
scarf?
There's
The scarf.
Is that guy canon? Like, I don't know what the hell that.
He
What was his
definitely is from
power?
the comic books. He's just Fitzroy's little Igor guy.
I'm just stoned enough where I'm reading that and I'm like, Bantam, not Batman. Bantam.
I'm
Eventually,
Bantam.
he does turn traitor on Fitzroy because Fitzroy turns into a chronomancer. Bantam gets killed by Fitzroy's new people. I don't know. He's basically just there to show that Fitzroy is a terrible person.
Well,
No.
how else would we have done that?
Well, he's got a monologue to somebody.
Hmm.
Yes, but they
Or a
unfortunately
straight would be a
fridged his monologue.
soliloquy.
Yeah. I think this is a pretty cool intro to a whole bunch of great ideas and everything. So I give it an 8.
I was gonna say 9, so yeah, 9
Word, how about you?
8.9.
Nice.
here.
And that's worth part 2. Um, so Fitzroy has won, and Bishop's team are too late to save Xavier. So Bishop is real pissed off at Wolverine for costing them the mission. The coffee shop manager comes to arrest everybody, but Storm conjures up wind because Storm is the most powerful, and thankfully the show always keeps to that. Um, Shard comes up with the idea to go back to the future, hoping the Forge can help them. But unfortunately, they go back to like their shitty future. The time portal appears fine, but Forge is now like more robot than man, right? Because we're now in the future of the awful future that they've
We're,
been in,
we're
right?
going into what a lot of science fiction will refer to as a paradox. And we are seeing Bishop. Yeah, Bishop's had a rough couple
Well,
years.
Bishop is existing outside of time. When you have the armbands on, you're outside of time, which is why they keep being able to exist despite hopping around in time. It's like a thing that prevents whatever happened to Michelle Yeoh in Star Trek Discovery from happening.
Mm.
Okay. Oh, right.
Yeah, she got like out of phase of time and she had to go back to the past.
The only thing that Michelle Yeoh did in the Star Trek universe, therefore the best.
Mm.
Yes, there is nothing other than her appearances in Star Trek Discovery.
Nope.
So yeah, Forge is unfortunately in this gen in this era a bitch. Forge's role in life is kind of to be an indigenous guy that collaborates with whoever has come to oppress, and it's really interesting that that is like the major recurring element of his character. There are other great strong characters like Warpath, who's Thunderbird's brother, he's only been represented in a kind of weak
Warpath and
X-Men TV show
Thunderbird, they
called The
weren't even
Gifted.
trying.
Oh no, those are very racist
Yeah,
names.
that it's the other one called Hey, How Are Ya? Like Jesus.
And like Mirage is, I think, a much more like character that people can get behind. That is the indigenous girl that is one of the main characters in the New Mutants movie, and she is like an X-Man in the modern era,
Sorry, just to go back to something
and
you
she
said,
is like an indigenous lesbian.
The Gifted.
She's the hero character. Yeah,
We tried to watch that, didn't
yeah, yeah.
we?
Warpath was in that.
Got it. Yep,
He
I
was
know where we are.
the big,
Yep,
strong indigenous man.
I
Yep.
remember.
Yes. Best thing about that show was it's Polaris, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mirage, eh? Too bad they had to name her after a casino. That's unfortunate.
Pretty sure it's after a Beastie Boys song, but oh no, that's Sabotage. Mirage is part of the song
Oh
though.
fuck.
Oh
Oh
yeah, it's a
wow.
mirage. So okay, the only thing that was going through my head is that fucking Futurama bit where they're all heads and they're all like harmonizing to that song. It's, oh yeah, it's a mirage, telling you all it's a sabotage. Anyways, I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, but I remember that, and I haven't seen that episode
And
in.
y'all were worried that I would be like hyperactive this episode.
We knew this would happen with me though.
Yeah.
This
You got that juice.
you hired me.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, obviously Forge betrays them. Wolverine has to silence the alarm. Bishop forces Rogue to help them because he shows them that like there's another possible world where things aren't always so terrible. Storm tries to activate the new portal, but then we see these new Sentinels who are big and green and white, and those are what the Sentinels look like in the Age of Apocalypse, which is, I thought, a really nice touch. They fight these Sentinels off. Forge tries to reason with Master Mold. It's kind of ridiculous. Trying to you can't reason with like fascist overlords. It just doesn't work.
Hmm.
Uh, Shard eventually sacrifices herself so they can go back to time. That's the gist of it.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of stuff that kind of goes into it, but actually no, there really isn't.
Yeah, like there's a bunch
She's
of
like,
complicated
I
back
have
and
to
forth
go.
fighting,
I
but the
just
end result
sharded.
is they're back in 1959. Shard Shard is dead, I guess, per se, but that defines Shard, like I said earlier.
Shard shattered.
Bishop is just cool that he like reveals that she is his sister and be like, it's fine, I'm
It's
gonna save her
fine.
life later by fixing this time travel, which would, if it completely worked, erase her from existence anyway.
Yes.
So it's like if you're fighting to erase existence anyway, you're expendable.
This is what I'm talking about. Nobody knew what a paradox was until like the late 90s.
Yeah, Bishop gets it because he's just lived through so many.
Yeah.
That's his whole deal. He's involved in the Age of Apocalypse thing too. He's the ultimate paradox that winds up telling everybody that there is an alternate world possible. So they wind up having to go back in time to 1959 again In that though, it's not a random mutant with time travel powers. It's Xavier's own son
I had a
who's going
paradox.
back in time to kill. And the real paradox is that Xavier's son possesses the 1959 version of himself and has sex with his mother. So maybe he kind of like Ouroboros himself. It's kind of fucked up. Kind of like how when Cisco had sex with Dax again, and he
Uh-huh.
didn't know that it was like a different reality Cisco from Deep Space Nine. It's like, is it rape? Yeah.
Did they have the language to express that?
No.
No.
It was just a bad call. Anyway,
Kind of like that scene in Back to the Future. You know,
No.
uh, yeah.
alternate cut where that just happens and then everything just breaks.
Their
Yeah,
arms just start fading away and stuff. Like, no.
Oh.
good. I'm going to delete this anyway. I need to snort.
That was Jen, by the way.
No, it was entirely not my fault. It was your fucking fault, you fucker.
I'm just gonna leave.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle
Okay.
Fucker.
Thank you. It's
Yeah,
exactly
about
what
a
I was
biting
doing.
bastard, Uncle Fucker.
Yeah.
Your Uncle Fucker. I must say, you fucked your uncle yesterday. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. You're the boner
I
biting bastard, Uncle
I
Fucker.
famously hate South Park. I hate the show
Mm.
South Park. I have a very soft spot for South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, because it was one of the only DVD. I bought it on DVD from Walmart for like $2, and that was the only time I could watch it because my parents wouldn't let me see it. And I watched it
Excellent.
like 90,000 times, and it imprinted
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
Uncle Fucker.
Every time
Fuck
somebody
you.
Fuckle. Fuck you, Uncle
every time
Fucker.
every time somebody references figure skating, I ask what Brian Boitano would do, and
Still to this
it's
day,
still
eh?
to this fucking day.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's what's up, I
I'm,
guess.
I'm sure he'd kick an ass or two.
That's
That's
what
what
Brian
Brian
Boyd
Boitano
taught.
would do.
Yeah, love it.
Right before they go, Bishop does convince Fitzroy to record a message that he can take back in time because Fitzroy Master Mold turns on Fitzroy and Bantam, so Bishop is able to convince Fitzroy to record a message that he can take back in time to 1959 with him, because even though he turned on his whole people, there was still no room for him at the top because there never is room for traitors, right? Like we always say, the last capitalist we kill will be the one that sells us the rope.
100% That's why I always really side eye those gay men who are like, "Oh, we're gay, but we don't fuck with trans people." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're caping for a group of people that will turn at what do you think's going to happen when they do? If they do eliminate all the trans people, who you think they're going to turn to next?
Hmm.
Bitch."
Yeah. Yeah, there's just no, you're never going to win by surprise siding with your oppressors. You're not going to be the welcome one. So
Mm.
they go back to 1959. The team is down to three people. They reunite around the Bard College, trying to save Xavier.
Xavier just fucking deeks.
Yeah,
Just
Xavier
leaves.
freaks out again. He doesn't want to use his mutant powers, right? He's afraid of being caught. He's not the same Xavier we know yet.
No,
Yeah,
he's kind of still the same Xavier that we know.
yeah.
He's
He,
Chuck.
yeah. They let him read his mind, and is able to figure out that Wolverine doesn't even want the mission to succeed.
Yeah.
And Bishop gets real pissed about this, but Wolverine's like, hey, just because I don't want this to work out doesn't mean I'm going to betray you guys. Which is really interesting. I think there's like a cool, like, hard line about his morality. Like, he's always a really good dude. He's still lived for 180 years and gone through a whole bunch of shit.
Enemy of my enemy sort of thing. Like where I'm not having a good time doing this, but I'm still not going to stop you from doing it.
Hmm. Yeah, and it kind of ties in with I feel personally that Wolverine is the main character of season four, and this is like we're seeing who he is through all these different refractions, and this one is like here's who he would be in a much worse situations, like still the same guy who's gonna do the right thing no matter what.
And here's who he would be in a good relationship with the right person for him. Like
Yeah.
she balances him out so well, like she's
Yeah,
like the only person that can just be like, Logan, chill out,
It
kiss him on the
really
cheek. And he's
it
like,
sucks
oh
that
yeah, I guess you're right. You know?
I don't even think they did a good version of that in
well they
X-Men 3.
didn't, but
Yeah. Unfortunately, in the Age of Apocalypse comics, the decision was to actually pair Wolverine with Jean for the first time and have them be a real couple. And like it doesn't work, and they wind up breaking them up anyway. Uh, but Storm they put with Quicksilver, right?
okay.
Yeah, just a weird choice. Kind of wasted Storm in the Age of Apocalypse, I guess.
Fuck.
Shame,
Pietro.
such a star of the original idea version of the story. Yeah, so there's this situation now where we're kind of like in the Back to the Future Part 2 Time Fusions era where we've got this group of four mutants from the past. We've got the Shard team
Yep.
where she's with them still, and we're seeing them from wider angles trying to live out the mission of the first movie, and at the same time, we have this new smaller group, and they're trying to explain everything to Xavier. They manage to like take out Nimrod, and this really cool scene where they like destroy the shit out of him, but he still melts together and reforms. And I had this thought like, oh, okay, this is 95, so none of us were thinking like, oh, this is before T-1000, but like these comic books, like maybe not this story, but the way Nimrod acted and behaved and everything, that's from the early 80s. Is it like how many of these ideas for movies really came from these comic books? I
Well, considering the pathological nerdiness of most of the people who made those movies, I would guess a lot of them.
like how many ideas really come from Chris Claremont that are credit
100%.
to other people? I'm not going to name names or anything because they get fucking furious if they ever came out. But like, I really think Chris Claremont is underrated for the him and John Byrne were underrated for the crazy creative output that they had
100 fucking
during
percent.
this X-Men era where all these ideas are remined from. But Nimrod is able to come back together, and Fitzroy has put around uh uh why am I so bad at this? This is gonna be a hard one to edit for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Fitzroy puts a force shield around the bomb that he's placed to ensure that Xavier will die. And then Bishop is like, "Oh yeah, I have this video of you here, just like let you talk to you." And that's what it takes. Fitzroy's immediately convinced. It's a super easy, barely an inconvenience, but it works, I think. Like, of
Absolutely.
course, this guy would listen to himself. He's so vain.
The
Of course.
reason that trope is used a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Wolverine gets to throw the bomb to a safe distance, and everything goes back to
Oh,
normal. Like the original four team blinks out of existence first, which is really interesting
yep.
because one would think that they'd been
All right.
last out.
I
It's
figured,
first
but
in, first out. But for dramatic purposes, it makes sense for other characters to say. I guess these characters have the time bands, but they would also have the time band
I,
that they were wearing.
I think if we put too much thought into this, our heads will
I
explode.
guess I'm spoiled by how Time Fugitives was like so tight,
Oh
right?
no.
Ben, any thoughts?
Nope. I think you're right. I'm listening. I'm learning.
I'm listening, I'm learning. I'm sitting with this information.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm seated.
so Wolverine and Storm are told that they have a couple more days of power in their wristbands, but after the power runs out in the bands, they'll cease to exist. And they're like, okay, well, we had a good run, and just
Yep. I just
they just choose to die immediately, which is so fucking
like
grim.
why don't we just
Like you
fucking
just
cut
got
it
told you had
now?
a couple days. You could go to fucking, you could pull some Doctor Who thing and go to a world where there's like 300-year long days or something.
Great reference.
Yeah.
Great reference. That's 2 in 2 days.
There's an unlimited amount of things you can do in science fiction. So it just comes across as extremely fucking bleak that they're like, well, if I'm not gonna get to live the rest of my life with you, I'm just fucking done right now.
Right now.
And I guess that's true love, I guess?
No. No, it is not.
No. Yeah. Bishop, like, he just gets to go home to his spaceship or
Yep.
whatever. See you later, Poochie. He'll be back later in season 4. And then we cut back to the picnic thing. Wolverine says this exact same line as he said in the beginning of the last episode about how he prefer if they just had ants. And no, I think that your special world is more exciting than fucking ants. Ants are
Hundo.
a nuisance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Xavier is the only one who remembers, which I love about this kind of things, because why? Why does he the the psychic thing.
No, it makes total sense. Xavier was there in 1959,
Right.
and that's
He had the
exactly
panel on his chair that told
But
him that
okay,
there was the
so
thing.
pause. Does he like wake up with a whole timeline full of new memories then?
no.
But he remembers that before all of this. Then he knew what was
It
going to
has
happen.
always been part of his memory.
Oh,
He
so
has always known that Wolverine and Storm from the future came to save him. It's probably why he put into extra effort to like make sure they got into his team, right?
Okay, got it.
It's just
That
always been part of his history that
that
they met him.
definitely explains why he chased Wolverine through time.
And so Nimrod is also something that he had seen before, in the past and experienced, and maybe parts of Nimrod didn't all get wiped away, and maybe Nimrod maybe left a piece of himself in the past. And I'll just say that because
It was a toe. It was a singular toe, and it's super weird. It's just flopping around back there, and no one knows why.
it'll
He
come
left his
back into play.
Nimrod.
Yeah, this even though nobody except for Xavier remembers this for now, this storyline will come back into play in X-Men 97. And I
Hmm.
think it's great how it works
What
out.
a funny character name too, Nimrod.
Nimrod.
Like,
I like every single time. My dad used to call me that when I was doing dumb
right?
shit.
It's
It's
like, hey,
because
look
of
out,
Looney
it's
Tunes.
dipshit.
It's because of it's because of Chuck Austin's final Looney Tunes cartoon, which was an opera,
Yes.
and Nimrod is a character in the opera that he's referencing, and he calls Elmer Fudd like what a Nimrod because he's saying like how terrible is he at being this great Greek character Nimrod, but because nobody got the reference anymore, Nimrod just turned into a term for idiot.
That's unreal.
So Nimrod is supposed to be this mighty hunter, and we've actually referred to this back in the days of Future Past episode, but you weren't here
Hmm.
then, so that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that definitely reminds me of just like
He's
the
actually from
origins
the
of
Bible.
platonic.
Yeah.
Try explaining to Plato what platonic means.
It's like he's got his
Oh
hand on
yeah,
your leg, and you're like, Play-Doh, come on, man.
it's like oh, you mean nobody's having
Sorry, buddy.
any sex? What?
Sorry, buddy.
Nimrod's a biblical figure mentioned in the book of Genesis, in the book of Chronicles. And the Bible states that he was a mighty hunter before the Lord and began to be mighty in the earth. Nimrod became a symbol of defiance against God.
I was like, if you are pulling that out
So
of your
that's why
brain, I have to know.
that's why he is a good character name to be referencing for the Sentinels, which like the comic books from the Sentinels were introduced to were only about like less than 10 years later than this Looney Tunes cartoon, which is actually like one of the early 70s ones, I think, or late 60s.
And then William Joe Armstrong was like, I'm gonna name my fucking album that.
So what I'm saying is that the Chris Claremont, the creator, would have heard the name of Nimrod and had that defined probably a full decade or so before the Looney Tunes cartoon came along and changed the definition in his head.
Funny enough, Nimrod is the son of Cush and the grandson of Ham,
I know
the
both
great
those guys.
grandson of Noah. There you go.
I have ham with my breakfast when I go up to Bonds.
See, I had Cush with my breakfast.
Well,
Crazy.
yes.
We had Kush right before we filmed this.
And during.
Yeah,
And after.
that'll happen.
All right.
Yeah,
What do
so
we think?
personally, I want to hear you guys first.
I am a big fan of the conclusion. I love, if there's one thing I love, it's a time travel storyline where like they go back in time and then they do it again and they're watching themselves back in time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really funny thing. It started with a series that I no longer reference anymore, written by a mold huffing British woman, and it's about wizards. And that's all I'll say about that.
Gotcha.
And
Don't do
yeah, so
Wizards of Waverly Place like that.
I am obviously talking about Merlin. Get fucking real.
I just gotta defend Selena Gomez whenever the opportunity arises. Wants to be her knight in shining armor. Sorry, my Betty Blanco got her first. He said he loved her first.
8.5.
Yeah, I give it
Yeah.
a solid 8.6. I thought it was great, and I really
Swear
ship
to God.
Wolverine and Storm. That's a great
Bob, can I kill
matchup.
him?
Go ahead.
Bob Barker. Oh wait, he hasn't hosted that show in so long.
Honestly, for me, given like the implications of everything and my emotional reaction to the ending of this and how much I've been looking forward to and everything, I'm willing to give this an episode of 10.
Because of the implications.
Hmm. Because of the implication.
Yeah.
You have to give it a 10, Jim, because of the implication.
The number one movie the first week Proteus came out was The First Wives Club in its second week at number one. I've still never seen this movie, but I'm stoked that Elizabeth Berkley got to
I
be
saw it in the theater.
Sisters.
Oh, we need to watch it. That's actually a good movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Great
Okay,
cast.
no. Diane Keaton
It is
is
a good
an
cast.
actual revelation in that movie. So good.
Yeah.
So good. That movie is a formative moment in every little gay boy's life from that era,
Oh, that
where
makes
it's
sense.
like, yeah, like straight up the
Yeah.
shoulder pads, the big hair, the Bette Midler of it all. It's just, yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, fuck yeah.
Gotcha. Also debuting that week, but not really making any noise, were Extreme Measures, which is a Michael Keaton, Andy Garcia medical drama, and 2 Days in the Valley, which is one of your any number of Pulp Fiction knockoffs that came out in the 90s.
My
Hmm.
God. Wait, sorry. The Extreme Measures, who was in that one?
Michael Keaton and
Michael
Andy Garcia.
Keaton. Okay, yeah, never mind. I had it. Sorry. I
Oh, you have to say it. You're on a podcast and you said something. You have to
I
say it.
I know that, but I lost my train of thought midway through and I thought it wasn't going to make any sense. I'm thinking of Michael Douglas because I was like, "Oh, is that one of those movies where he's so horny he ruins his own life?" But yeah, no,
Hmm.
Michael Keaton does not do that
Well,
often.
Michael
Often.
Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas, so you would have been right all along.
Wonder if he got thrown. No, no. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm.
Yeah. Anyway, so First Wives Club continued to be on number one next week. There's a whole lot of like Proteus, Mariah Carey, First Wives Club. It's just like a lot of holdover this week. But debuting in and succeeding in this order are The Glimmer Man, which is like the Steven Seagal and Damon Wayans movie, I'm pretty sure,
And
where he's like,
it's
it's the one where
exactly
he
how it
becomes a
sounds.
peace, like where he becomes what's it called when you're against peace? I'm sorry, when you're what's it called when you just believe in peace above all and you don't want to be violent?
Pacifist.
Yeah, he's a pacifist and he's I think a monk or something.
Yeah, it's
It's
fucking
fucking nonsense.
bonkers.
It's where that all comes from. A
Yeah.
Hmm.
huge defining moment in the Seagal pantheon. Also, Tom Hanks's first movie he directed, That Thing You Do, which is a fun little movie, but apparently not a
Yeah.
big hit. I really thought like the opening joke of somebody hitting their nuts while trying to hop over parking meters
Yeah.
is golden physical comedy. Just
Absolutely.
perfectly executed.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really good testicle centric physical comedy in that era. Like something about Mary. There's like three ball jokes that go over so well, and that's before the hair gel comment.
It
It's
was the
yeah.
era of the testicles.
It was
How did they get the beans above the Franks? That's what I want to know.
so Bound and Crash opened as indies.
Oh,
Are those two movies, or is it Bound and Crash?
Zero Bound
Yeah,
and
I
Crash, two like of the most kink,
Hmm.
the most well-known kink films of the 90s both came out the same weekend in 1995.
Hmm.
Bound for S&M and lesbianism with
The Wachowskis.
Gina Gershon. What?
That was the
I'm sorry.
Wachowskis
Yeah,
that
the
made that one.
Wachowskis, directed by the Wachowskis.
Tell me that cast again, and then tell me the directors.
Jennifer Tilly, Gina Gershon, and Joe Pantoliano.
I'm going home and I'm watching that tonight.
Oh, you didn't know
That's
Hell
that
yeah.
existed?
no. Are you kidding me?
And then
Jennifer,
watch David Cronenberg's Crash right afterwards.
Yeah, you should. Do you know what that one is?
is that the movie with a bunch of different stories and all of them are very, very
No, that's
sad?
the other
Oh,
Oh,
one.
okay.
this is the good Crash.
Cronenberg. Oh,
The Cronenberg
no,
Crash.
no. I'm not doing that again.
You've
No,
seen it?
of course I have.
I've actually never talked to anyone that's even seen it. It's just so fucking gross.
I went to theater school. They used to make us watch all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah, I watched some weird shit when I was in film school. That went tracks. Yeah. So, in addition to all that, D3 The Mighty Ducks also came out.
Knuckle
Emilio!
Puck.
Word to God, man. Mighty Ducks guy right there.
Big week for self-punishment at the film.
Probably some ball jokes in that
Or,
one too.
or someone else punishing them.
Yeah. Anyway, I've only seen That Thing You Do of any of those movies.
Hmm.
I guess. So I guess I
That
can.
thing you
Actually,
do,
I
down for
parentheses,
Bound.
getting
That's a
hit in
good
the
I
movie.
saw
nuts.
Glimmer Man a while ago during the pandemic, the early pandemic, when I first discovered how did this get made because they did a really good episode on it.
Oh, that makes perfect
It
sense.
fucking bangarang.
Yeah.
June spends half the time being like, I think Damon Wayans is very sexy, and Jason being like, yeah, we know you like bald guys.
I don't think Damon Wayans is the problem in that film.
Oh, really? Is it the Russian nationalist across from him?
Yeah. Yes, it is. So,
Proteus.
let's talk about Proteus, which personally I think is one of the best candidates for a movie idea.
Yes.
Like,
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
Proteus in a film could be like a villain of such great consequence. It's kind of like the first Power
I
and
know.
Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday, and
Yeah, but it would be
Fallen.
good.
But
No
potentially
fun.
good because it
Yeah.
makes sense. You don't have to be like, oh, it's demons from hell or whatever that have the ability to jump from bodies to bodies. It's like, no, this mutant that just wants to be loved and accepted, and that's why he's warping things and just trying to get to what he wants, and he doesn't care about who he's hurting because he doesn't fucking understand how anything is real because he can control all of it. It's real meaty concept.
Meaty.
No, McTaggart is the scientist. You're thinking of McTaggart's monster.
Kill you. Okay, I'm gonna use this moment to say when the cartoon says McTaggart, they fucking mean it. These are some Scottish people. It was
Hmm.
crazy because I'm like, my Moira McTaggart in my head is Roseburn.
Yeah,
And so when
and this
she
would be
came out, she was
juicy
like,
stuff
"Oh,
for Red Hay to
hi."
play.
I'm like, "Oh, you're McTaggart in every sense of the word, aren't you? Just a
Hmm.
fucking Scottish brogue on that woman."
Yeah,
It's crazy. The kid, honestly, I don't agree with children having accents of any kind, so I didn't like the Scottish accent on like a teenager. I think forcing children to have accents is abuse. Like British children, I think that's crazy. Are you kidding? They don't want to talk like that. It's crazy.
French children? Come on.
Oh, absolutely.
it's just a form of abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
German children, you think they want to. Anyways,
9.
we'll probably cut out half of this.
No, I think you should leave that in.
Eh.
So yeah, we open on Muir Island again, and we get the fucking bagpipes as always. And we see Maura Mark Taggart and her fiance Banshee are observing Proteus as his cell, and he's
Not that
being like,
banshee.
"What?
Not that
What
banshee.
Banshee?
There's a different banshee, isn't there?
What?
Isn't there a different banshee in the X-Men universe?
No, this is the Banshee
The
in the X
banshee
Men.
that screams really loud. Isn't that, is
Oh,
that the same
okay.
This is
banshee?
the only Banshee. This is the one that was in the movie in First Class.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm expecting non-Scottish people.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely supposed to be. I think
Thing.
Banshee might be Irish.
Yeah.
That he's on Muir Island because Scotland and Ireland. Did you know? Very close to each other. It's
Hmm.
true.
Would you like to look into what my last name is? Because I think I might know that, being of Irish and Scottish descent.
Just a little bit. So,
Same.
surrounded by the Irish. See, that makes me woke, right? I have Irish
Hmm.
friends. That's
I'm
enough.
black Irish though.
Oh yeah, and then I do try and
You
forget
and
that.
Bernie Mac.
Hmm. Brother
That
Bernie.
that's a Charlie's Angels joke. He refers to himself as the Black Irish a couple times and does like a leprechaun accent, and it's real funny.
Oh, it makes sense. He's playing a character that previously was played by Bill Murray,
Yep.
but multiverse rules apply.
That's honestly, that I think is one of my favorite things. Lucy Liu was like, I don't want to see that motherfucker ever again. And they recast him so hard he turned a different race.
Unless you want to say it's all the same universe, and Patrick Stewart is also the same character.
Yes.
Oh,
He was.
right.
Make it so.
And then wasn't he Charlie? He was the voice of Charlie in the movies. No, no, he
No, it
wasn't.
was
No, he
someone
wasn't.
British like Jeremy Irons or
Yeah,
something. Don't quote me on that.
it's
It
not. It's
was
something
April.
like
Oh,
that though.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get back to this.
I don't know, maybe Roger Moore or something. Oh, someone could look it up. Just saying.
I know, but you told me I'm not allowed to look at my phone.
Yeah, I do know that. It's important. Um. So anyway, Proteus is this giant, just huge energy being thing, with kind of shapeless, square, boxy head, vaguely demonic, just enough that dumb Christians would be like, "Oh my God, it's the devil." And he immediately does devilish shit. He manages to break out of his cell because he's too powerful to be contained. And my headcanon for this is just like he's hit his time in puberty where his powers are just now too strong to be held back. Because why else would we have heard of this guy? Like, why is it season 4 where we're hearing about this extremely powerful character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be holding him in a cell.
Yeah.
They have a room for him.
Moira's managed to keep all of this from Xavier's mind forever, which is
It's
questionable. Feels like a thought that she would probably, be unable to help but broadcast at
And
times.
then okay, so that's let's leading this into when they all show up there. Moira's like, "This is my fiance," and Xavier's like, "Oh!" I was like, "How did you not know she was in? You know everything. You should have known
Well, he did
this."
go to war and stuff. We see a bunch of flashbacks. Some of the flashbacks are to the Phoenix
That
Saga.
was,
So that's a flashback to the Phoenix Saga, that part where he's meeting Banshee anyway. But the
yeah.
stuff to like their further past, it's mixed in with flashbacks from Xavier Remembers and Sanctuary. But there's a bunch of new material that's also shown in that, which is I think very well done to mix it in.
You can tell how fucking baked I was when I wrote these notes because my note on this says, "Oh, so he can walk in the past and propose, but unfortunately, he can get dumped just as quick." Because
Yeah, I
it's like,
think
"Oh, let's get married," and then the next one, it was fucking Moira being like, "Oh, hi, I'm sorry, I'm leaving ya."
here's your
Um,
stupid ring back. And
yeah,
then
here's your
that's why he
stupid
couldn't
ring
walk
back.
anymore. I think it's
I
why he
assume
lost
that
his
war
will
lasted a
to
couple
walk.
years or so, yeah. But she definitely dumped him like a fucking bitch.
And then yeah, he's like doing rehab, being like, "Fuck her."
And that's when he meets Amelia Vo, who
Mhm.
joins the Acolytes, and then we know
He's
how that goes. And if you don't, go check out our episode on the Sanctuary two-parter.
So Proteus possesses Banshee's body. I want to talk about that because Proteus is just like, "Hey, you're misbehaving. Get in me." He's like,
Yeah, it's a
toss him
little
in
like you
like,
don't know what's happening. He just starts to like shrink into his chest a
yeah.
little
It's
bit,
like, "Okay, Kirby, what are you doing?" It's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna suck you in here and then now I'm you now." Bing bong.
and then to get out, Proteus kind of waves his hands, and
Yep.
everything just goes fucking sideways, crazy, like psychedelic, because the whole fabric of reality is being warped by his powers. Which
Mhm.
instantly, like, because the show has had such a rigid sense of structure to everything, and there's always backgrounds, and we always see exactly what's going on. It doesn't read as just like some Hanna Barbera, here's some slop in the background. It's like no, this is consequences. So I
Slurp.
Mhm.
think it's really well done.
Yeah, this had like Inception level like thought into the graphics. Like they weren't as good as Inception, but like
Yeah,
really,
but there's
really
some cool
well
3D
orchestrated.
transitions between things,
Yeah.
like tiny particles and stuff. They don't exactly look like CGI, but it is 3D imagery.
No, they did a great job. Like it's not very often you see Wolverine reduced to tears because of an enemy.
Yes,
Like
I'm really excited about talking
that
about
was
that because that's a
intense.
big part
Hmm.
of that's how this whole thing is part of the Wolverine uh arc of this season is that Wolverine goes through so much. But we'll get there. First the X-Men have to receive the distress signal from Moira, and then they fly across the Atlantic
This is
Ocean.
off the coast of Scotland, in case you couldn't tell by the insane voices that are coming out of those people.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Well,
have
it's
to
nice
get
that
in
they
the
actually do
Black
because the
Bird.
first time we went to Muir Island, only Moira had Scottish accents. Random other people didn't have Scottish accents. It was pretty silly. Um, Professor Exex gives us all this lore that we were talking about,
Yep.
these flashbacks. Uh, and we talk about Moira marrying this guy named Joseph McTaggart, who's the father of Proteus, although Xavier
Hmm.
doesn't know this yet.
And then
Um, and Joseph McTaggart, as it turns out, is a right wing political cunt who shuns his baby boy, and all the son wants is acceptance from the father, which is super relatable and easy to explain.
Daddy, love
And I
me.
think could lead to some terrifying shit if you want. Like, if you want to make an X-Men horror movie, like this is the character for it,
Yeah.
even more so than the Shadow King, because I think I don't know, on the same level. Shadow King lent itself well to a TV show with Legion. Proteus, I want to see like a whole movie about Proteus. Maybe during the Phoenix saga, you could do like Proteus is the one character that Phoenix has to defeat or something because it's so powerful and only Phoenix
They're
can do
both
it.
on Muir Island.
Bye.
Yeah, it could be a. Could, there's lots of options for that.
Hmm.
So the team get there and they see the video and they see reality warping on the video, which is very convincing to them because it's not the AI world where we just automatically assume that anything we're seeing is just made up bullshit. Ah.
Mhm. And the next note I have, which I goes well
Oh,
here.
hold on! Don't talk on this season. You gotta edit it out.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, it's fucking. Actually, it's the allergies. Never done cocaine that made me sneeze as much. Yeah. So, uh,
My next note is just all it says is this woman is a generational tease.
Moira,
Yeah, like this. My God, she
the
has been
amount that she's been withholding.
shameless.
Well, withholding information has turned out to be Moira's big character thing. At the end of this, I'm gonna drop another lord upon you guys that kind of
Well, the last time I
builds
saw
on Moira's
Moira, she knew a bunch of stuff, and then Xavier kissed it out of her. That
Yeah,
was
that was
so
rapey as
icky.
hell.
So that was like, hey, I'm pretty sure Superman has done this, and there were some pretty huge problems with it. Lois Lane was mad as hell.
Yeah, yeah. X-Men First Class made a mistake at the end there, and then X-Men Apocalypse just doubled down on
Just
that.
just that one mistake. That's the only mistake Days of Future Past made. Everything else was flawless.
That just logically makes sense that
Yep,
Peter Dinklage would grow up into Bill Nunn. Bill
that's
Duke.
what I figured.
Yeah. Uh,
Proteus daisy chains his way out of there, just like possessing other people's
winds up
bodies.
getting onto the Scottish mainland where there's millions of people, and his dad is running for political office,
Yeah.
so he's all over the news, so he can just to body to body and body. The X-Men do catch up to him and have a big fight with him, and he kind of turns the land into a surfboard. All these visuals that like really, really scream how amazing they would look in live action with full on,
I want it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the idea of a Proteus thing. Uh, little creatures get summoned to fight Rogue, and Beast is fighting a Bigfoot, and then Wolverine's claws turn into snakes, but then things get really nuts, and Wolverine's fucking whole body gets torn in half and multiple times and reformed, and he gets
Like a
fucking
lava
like
lamp.
turned into liquid and then returned to normal form, and he fucking immediately starts whimpering.
As soon as that happened on screen, and I was like, "Hey, I used to have that lamp." I said that out loud, and Alex looked at me and was like, "You are an idiot."
Well, you two are the same idiot then. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, and then Proteus says that he's basically won, and he's going off to find his dad. And pity anyone who gets in his way because they could be fucking ripped apart. And I think it really will matter over the next little bit that Wolverine has been ripped apart and put back together because I think it unlocks some shit with his memories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he'd been all fucked up before this.
Oh, oh yeah. On to part two.
Well, let's rate
Yeah,
this first.
I'm gonna go with 9. I
Yeah,
think
I also give this one a 9. Like the
yeah,
only real drawback for me is that it's not a live action thing.
I know.
It would work so well as the first 20 minutes of a 2-hour movie about this idea. There's so many ways you can go with it. You can get really scary.
Oh yeah.
Like you
Mhm.
could put a real horror director behind this movie.
Nia
Like
DaCosta.
the guys who
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll work with Marvel again, but maybe the guys who've been working on Moon Knight things could do it
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or
What do you think, Ben?
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, like solid 8.5. I think the only thing that bothered me about it was like the voice acting because the accent's really inconsistent.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
concepts and the story were
Totally.
great for sure.
I'm so
A lot of
sorry, Jim.
flashbacks too. They kind of leaned a little too much into the flashbacks, but still
I
solid.
said Jordan Peele.
Oh no!
I said Jordan Peele.
Don't believe that
That's
you
what
did.
I said.
It's great that we've got this on record because I actually do not believe that is what you
I
said.
said Jordan
You
Peele.
sure didn't,
You better not do a slow motion thing revealing who I really said because it's Jordan Peele.
buddy.
I'll get so mad if you do that. I won't be impressed at all.
While the X-Men are recovering from their fight with Proteus, the villain continues to search for his dad, who is just being terrible.
Yeah, like he's another Graydon Creed essentially, but just in Scotland, he's preaching intolerance and everyone being a cunt to each other as a
and we
political
can say that
philosophy.
because it's Scotland.
Yes,
Mhm.
as we all know, cunt is just a thing you're allowed to say over there.
And in Australia.
Not here though.
And in gay bars here.
I might have to censor me there.
Eventually the X-Men and Moira catch up with Proteus and plead with him to stop. They're like, let's appeal to his sensibilities, and he's like, I'm gonna fight you again. I don't know. I think we're just gonna tussle one more time.
Yep, and then magically we're at the next day here, and
Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Don't worry
he
about
just
how
doesn't
Scott.
kill them, even though he could. And this is where I think part two kind of starts to run into some problems of like the scope and the possibility. Like in a movie, this is where Proteus would start killing some people, and
There it
that's how
is.
it would end. Like
Yeah,
you'd lose somebody. This would be a good way to write out somebody that just needed to
absolutely.
walk onto the mortal coil and leave the series, because this character's powers are so devastating in concept that they should be executed to really get across how scary it was. And then be terrifying. Like it'd be really crazy if somebody fucking just melted away and died when he was possessing them.
Yeah.
Like Venom does that to great effect in the first movie, and then the sequels suffer for a great many reasons. Included among them that not many people die, or that it's like not that. Actually, in the second one, it's even super fucked up because it doesn't even matter, and we're just seen as it becomes like a joke that the people he's possessing are dying as
Oh
it
yeah,
goes.
that's what makes the Venom series become a joke. That moment right there.
Hey, I'll just contest that the first Venom is just better than it has any right to be.
Venom horse.
Venom Horse is pretty great.
Venom horse.
Did we freeze,
Um
Ben? Can you still see it?
oh no, I'm seeing
Okay.
him moving. He was
Okay, we
actually
catch
just
up.
listening
Fine.
intently this time. When you were frozen before, I was like, "Hey Ben, you listening really hard here? Have you died?"
How are you doing there, man?
Good.
Visual medium.
Sometimes it's hard to get a
Give us
word
a
in
thumbs up,
edgewise.
everybody.
Yeah.
Visual medium. Oh, Proteus arrives at his weird right-wing dad's press conferences, but Moira is there and threatens to use a laser to kill him because that is really the only way to do that. And Professor X arrives and manages to persuade Proteus to let him in his mind. He goes, "Let me slide on into those DMs," and by DMs I mean your brain.
Dark
Um,
matter.
the professor manages to calm down Proteus and is put back into isolation, but not before he and his father reconcile, which I found to be very strange.
Yeah. It's all too fast. It's a super easy, barely inconvenience. They're trying to say things. Xavier basically just says the same thing, but inside his mind using mutant powers. And he's okay with it. He's magically back to being a real boy.
Like, this could have been either one episode or they could have taken a little bit of time at the end to actually give us a conclusion.
Yeah.
Like, if they were gonna leave it like that, they might as well have just made it one episode.
Yeah, it does just get solved so fast. Although we do get some really good character stuff, like Wolverine is clearly going through shit
Yeah.
and has PTSD from his experience, which was cool to see. And like there's still there's a lot of really cool Proteus moments when he's possessing people here and there. He's still scary.
And this was another one where I'm like, God, this would be so well done if this was done in like in person with great CGI and just like it just I want to see it. I want
Yeah.
to see it in front of my face.
Yeah, this character would really work as a big movie. I
Yes.
think Bryan Singer might have wanted to do it like next, but he was like he just had to go.
Well, let's not talk about what Bryan Singer wants to
Yeah.
do because he usually involves teenagers. Allegedly.
Including these movies.
And if you haven't, go see Melania. Sorry.
No, don't go see Melania. What the fuck you?
I just think it's great that he was
And
like,
looking forward to
I'm
Rush
a
Hour
straight
4.
What?
Looking forward to Brett Ratner's Rush Hour 4. It's gonna be huge.
huge. I feel like honestly, like I don't know what Jackie Chan's politics are, but I feel like they're going to have to chloroform him onto that set. Like I feel I don't I mean Chris Tucker I don't believe is a very good person. I think he's just always been that dude.
I don't know. I don't.
It,
I think he supported some pretty rough conservative politics in the past.
absolutely, and is a great. Didn't he go to Africa with Epstein and Bill Clinton? Yeah, he was on that. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
think so.
definitely on that trip.
Hmm. I
And
wonder if
for
they'll
more
get
on
Roman
that, tune into
Polanski
Shutter
back.
Island.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about a little bit of that. Uh, yeah. So I think I would give this like a 6 because I do think it fumbles a great idea.
I'm gonna go with a 7 because I really enjoy I enjoy the first one so much that I
Yeah.
think it kind of like passes over to here
Like the
and gives it a
overall
little
thing is still a good story. It's just like the second part is definitely just the weaker part for me.
100%. I hate when shit does that.
Yeah, it's very.
I'll see you in hell, Wicked.
Weaker 2 is still fine. It's just not as great. What about you, man? What do you think of that?
6.9.
Party time.
I saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because I say it a
No,
lot.
nobody's frozen, by the way.
Yeah.
This is straight silence.